As you guys can probably tell, I have been on an absolutely massive Penelope kick the last couple months. And that only got worse when the Project X bottles dropped, I think like 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago here in Michigan. And I got a hold of another one just today. This is the Project X, finished in the Oloroso Sherry and Cognac casks. So this is the double finish release. Got this from A&B, so we are going to get into it. Roll that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to T-Rod Whiskey, the internet's most okayest whiskey review channel. I'm glad you guys, you made it here. You made it to the channel, you made it to the video. You guys are here to check it out. I'm glad to have you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you could also just smash the like button, drop a comment down below. Any comment will do. We're not particular around here. But anything's going to help. It's all going to feed the algorithm. It's going to help us do all those great things that we like to do around here. So today's review is going to be of my most recent Penelope pickup, which is the Project X Double Cask. So the Double Cask is finished in Oloroso Sherry casks, as well as some Cognac casks. This particular one was from A&B Liquors, which if you guys are anywhere near Southeast Michigan, I'm sure you've been to an A&B. There's 4, maybe even 5 of them now, and they do a ton of picks. Any one of the locations will have between like 10 and 26 different single barrel picks, if not more. This one specifically, I went to the main A&B in, I think that's Utica, maybe Shelby Township, I don't know. But nevertheless, I was able to grab this one up. This was $79.99, which I don't necessarily love the price, but I don't hate it either. I know it's got a double cask finish. It is a single barrel pick. That's got a price tag to it, so I'm fine with it. I do really love like the black glass and kind of the just very uniform label on this. So this is obviously MGP bourbon, since MGP and Penelope are one and the same now. A few years ago when they started, that was not the case, but they are now. So for all you haters that are going to start saying, oh, it's just MGP. Okay, great. Well, MGP and Penelope are the same company, so it's their stuff. Cry about it. A little bit about the whiskey in this one. So it is 4-year-old Indiana bourbon. It is a 4-grain mash bill, at least to my knowledge. It is a 4-grain mash bill. It is 75% corn, 15% wheat, 7% rye, and 3% malted barley. So going to be kind of a unique mash bill, but again, nothing crazy. From what I could uncover online, the base whiskey is 4 years old, and then there's 2 to 3 years worth of finish, or I'm sorry, 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 years would be absolutely insane. 2 to 3 months of finishing time in the finishing casks. Now, I don't know if that's, they split the batch and half is in the sherry and half is in the cognac, or if they do the whole batch in cognac and then the whole batch in sherry, or really how that all works. But regardless, we're going to jump into this. If you guys checked out my other review on the Oloroso Sherry one, that was very good. So I have similar expectations for this one. So we'll go ahead and get into this guy. And you know what I love about Penelope bottles is that I never, ever have to fight with these things to get in them. They make themselves super accessible. And I appreciate that. And cork pop. Oh my God. Okay, I spoke too soon. I did have to fight with that one, but that was a hellacious cork pop. Oh yeah, this is definitely a sherry finished whiskey. You can already tell there's a little bit of that sherry hue to it. I don't know if you guys can tell. The color on that is like a rosy bronze. I know the lighting probably doesn't do a great job of accentuating that, but hey, whatever. Anyways, get this nice and aerated. Hope everybody's weekend went well. It was my birthday this weekend, so kind of took it easy, did some of the stuff that I wanted to do. Went shooting the other day. I don't know if you guys recreationally shoot, but it is super cathartic. It is very, very stress relieving, especially if you can do it with friends. Had about like 12 of us, went out to the range. It was an outdoor range. It was a good time. We had fun. All right, so we have sufficiently swirled this, giving it the old Matt Porter swirl job. And let's see. Okay, on the nose, that has like some kind of a syrup. It's not a maple syrup. It's like a fruity syrup with some oak. And there's a little bit of a, almost like a savory quality to the nose on this, which is weird to me. Yeah, the oak is definitely there. A little bit of like that sherry presence is coming through, but it's very, very minimal. You know, it's just like a whiff of red fruit. A little bit of bruleed caramel. I don't know if that's chocolate or not. I don't know. The fresh pop on these is always interesting. Yeah, that syrupy note. It's definitely a powerful one. Not maple, but it's just like a, I don't know, maybe like an Aunt Jemima kind of syrup as opposed to like a straight up natural maple syrup. All right, we're gonna go in for a taste. Cheers, guys. Okay, so at 108 proof, which I don't know if I mentioned that or not, this one's 108 proof. Pretty approachable. That was my first sip of whiskey of the day, and there's not a ton of burn there. The sherry really, really makes itself known on the front of the palate. It's one of the first things you pick out. But the sweet oak, the caramel, vanilla, there's like a sweeter, syrupy, like that. I'm assuming that cognac is what's adding that sweet. I think it's maybe contributing to like that creamy caramel sweetness. Caramel syrup, sherry, a little vanilla. That's kind of what I'm getting on the palate here. It's good. There's a little bit of a fruitiness there. Yeah, mostly red fruits. Well, just a jab of stone fruit maybe. And then there's something softer towards the back of the palate. And then the finish is just all caramel and vanilla sauce. Like if it was a caramel and vanilla cream or creme, that's what we're getting on the back, and it's truly on the back of the palate. It's not like it just covers the whole tongue and lingers. It's the back of the palate. It does coat your mouth really nicely, though. Really approachable. I don't think you're going to need to be like a seasoned bourbon drinker to enjoy this one. This would be something maybe you could break out for guys that just kind of occasionally dabble, or, you know, if you're feeling adventurous, maybe even somebody who's new to the game, right? And you just want to set them down with a neat pour. I don't know if I would put this in a cocktail, because I think maybe the uniqueness or the profile of this would be lost in a cocktail. But I mean, you know, you do you. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life. Okay. Yeah, red fruits, caramel and vanilla sauce on the back. Very sweet and fruit forward, but it's a dry red fruit. It's not like a juicy red fruit. In the past, I've tried some whiskeys where it's, you have like a juicy strawberry, juicy raspberries. That is not this. This is very much like a dry red fruit. And that's not bad. That's just what this is. And I think, I mean, at least for me, I've always found sherry finishes to be kind of drying. But, you know, it is what it is. The oak presence is there, but it doesn't overpower anything else. What I will say, as with every other Penelope release, is this is exceptionally well blended and well balanced. It's not going to change your world. It's not going to be a whiskey of the year. This is a single barrel. This might be a good expression of theirs. It might be a not so good expression of theirs. But for me, here, right now, I don't mind it at all. I'm actually glad that I have it. I'm glad to expand my Penelope collection. For those of you who care, it is barrel number 2140-1. If I had to give this a score, I don't know. I'm struggling right now a little bit. I would say 6.7 out of 10. I think it is good. I think it is at the high end of average, the lower end of good. It's not great. It's not earth-shattering, but it's not bad by any means. I mean, would I recommend that you buy this? This is something where I would recommend to try before you buy. As it is with most single barrels, you know, if I had the time and the ability, I would have tried this before I bought it. Had I tried it before I bought it, I probably still would have bought it. And maybe this opens up a little bit. You know, there's nothing saying that this is not going to be like a changeling or a transformer or whatever word you want to use, right? It's very possible the profile of this could shift. What I would love it to be is just a little bit richer. I hoped for more of the cognac, less of the sherry, but that's just my palate personally. I like subtle sherry, not heavy sherry, unless I'm drinking scotch. Scotches, I like a nice sherry bomb, but yeah, pretty good. Not wonderful, not going to change your world, not going to just change your whole perspective on whiskey, but pretty good. You know, consider buying one. That's it, guys. That's really all I have to say on that. Until next time, I am T-Rod. We'll see you in the next video. Cheers.